Hey guys, hello from sunny California. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our trip here to Los Angeles. I'm going to give you some great tips if it's been a while since you've been to Los Angeles that you're not going to want to miss. And also, we're going to do a little unboxing. That sounds like fun. Keep on watching. That's what we're doing on the show today. All right, guys, let me start this video off by saying I already filmed this entire video and the sound was not good. So I'm here in our hotel and I have my whole setup here because I still am working this week, training all my students and doing all the things for my regular CEOing job. As you know, we discuss behind the scenes of that sometimes, but it didn't go well on the first one. So I may be putting in some footage because I got some good footage of the unboxing. And maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to patch this video together with some of the good footage from the other one so you guys can get the full effect. But I had to redo it for the sound. So let me start by saying we're here in Los Angeles. This is a combo trip. It's not vacation. We're actually working. I'm here working, doing my all the good stuff for Wanderlust Campus that I do. That's covered over on our other channel. I train and certify travel professionals all over the world. So here in California, we're still going to be streaming out. We're going to be training classes. We're going to be doing all the things. If that sounds fun, just go visit our other channel, the Cindy Williams channel. I'll link that down below. But you guys are here on this channel to get the luxury insights when we travel and the behind the scenes of what it's like to be a travel entrepreneur and those little kind of high-end moments that we do on this channel. And there's going to be no lack of that in this trip. I mean, we are in Los Angeles, guys, like the mecca for all things luxury and opulence and all the fun stuff, right? So let me start by saying I'm going to kind of rewind because I was reminded. So we book travel for our high-end clients to Los Angeles all the time for meetings, for business, for travel, for leisure. And there's certain things that we do that I replicated on my own trip because why wouldn't I? I'm in the know on all that stuff. But I remembered how important this stuff is. So I'm going to give you guys some of those tips as we go here. And even if you're doing your own trip, which by the way, you should always use a certified travel professional, they're going to make sure this kind of stuff is done for you. You'll want to look for a badge that looks like this. I'll pop that up on the screen. So they'll make sure that protected. And I always say, like, it's the questions you don't even know to ask that will get you in the most trouble when it comes to anything in life, but particularly in travel. So I'm going to go through a few of those that I was reminded of on our trip. And it started the minute we touched down in Los Angeles. I have a pool of private drivers that we work with here in LA. And so I booked our favorite one to pick us up at the airport, you know, sign at the luggage, helping you with your luggage, taking you to the car, and zoom, you're off to your hotel. That's ideally how it should be. However, if you forget to do that, or you're like, Cindy, I'll just Uber, I'll just Lyft, I'm so cool, I don't need a travel agent. What you're going to find out really quickly is, one, you're going to turn around with all of your luggage in your hand and realize you have to walk up a staircase in Los Angeles to get straight out the door, or walk to one end or the other end to use the ramps to get outside. Once you're outside, you're going to be directed to the green bus where you stand in line, because you can't just get an Uber or a Lyft right there at the curb. You can only get private cars to pick you up in that area. So then you have to wait in line for a bus that's going to be packed full. We saw it. I was like, how many people are going to, like, the line, first of all, was like down the block to get on this bus. We were coming in at a busy time of day. And then the bus pulls up and it's full, like it's already packed. I'm like, it's maybe going to fit a couple people there. So those poor people, they're like, I'm going to hop a Lyft or an Uber. Probably waited in line, I would guess 30 minutes. And then I don't know how long it takes to get over to the Uber Lyft lot, probably another few minutes, and then they have to either jump into a taxi or call their Uber or whatever the case is. So if you want to save over an hour, I would estimate on your trip when you come into LA, make sure you're using a private driver or have your certified travel professional book you a private driver. There are services that do this. They are reputable. These are the types of drivers that the highest end clients are using. And also, they're not as expensive as you think they are. I'm going to talk about that in a minute too, because we actually hire our driver like for the week. So we can call him and go, hey, we're going here, we want to go to lunch. And you might say, oh my gosh, how much money would that be? That's crazy. Why would I do that? Now, more in the know stuff while we're on this topic is if you are renting a car, again, you're going to have to sit in line, like do the loyalty programs if you can to hop the line a little bit. But if you rent a car, you're going to have the stress of driving. You're going to have to pay everywhere you go to park in Los Angeles. If it's anywhere that's like busy or tourist area, you're going to have to pay to park on top of it. And the kicker is most hotels are going to charge between $50 to $80 a night to park your car. So once you do the math on the valet or hotel fees you're going to get charged, everywhere you're going to have to pay to park, all the stress of finding a parking lot, parking somewhere, walking to where you're going, once you factor all of that in, having a private driver for the duration of your stay is not as big of a deal as you think it is. And it's something that we invest in, and we have a trusted circle of ones that we work with here in Los Angeles. So there are screened services that, you know, work with celebrities and all kinds of stuff. So it's, but the point is it's not as expensive as you guys probably think it is. So that's my tip number one. Definitely do that. And then I want to talk about a couple more luxury moments. So we're staying at La Pierre Hotel. This is one of my favorite hotels. It's in West Hollywood, and I love it because it is a 5-star property, but it isn't as much as you think it is cost-wise, which I love. It's in a very safe kind of area in West Hollywood. It's close to everything. Things that we like to do when we're here, we love to go to the California Farmers Market. We love to go to Erewhon. We love to go shopping. We love to do all the things, right? The Grove. And it's all kind of like striking distance from this area. Now, La Pierre Hotel is a vibe. It really is like the folks that work here are just like, it feels like a small boutique hotel. I don't know how many rooms they have here. I'd have to double check that, but it feels like a small boutique hotel, but it just has those luxury touches. And I'm going to show you a few of those right now. So first of all, when we checked in, because my agency works with this hotel regularly, we have kind of like a higher level status, and because we send so many clients here and do all the different things. And so what we're able to do is when we check in, we get extra amenities, we have some credits, we get free breakfast, we get all these kind of cool, kind of like top tier perks, which are really, really nice. But in addition to that, they're like, we put a special amenity in your room. We upgraded your room, which is amazing as well. So in the room when we got there, we had a cute little note, and then we also had like these snacks. So we have spiced pita chips. We also have homemade cookies. I haven't tried one of these yet, but they're like fresh baked cookies. Love that. And then they also had a Pinot Noir, come on folks, with a couple of wine glasses ready to go. And we got a Pellegrino, which is chilling in the fridge. So just those really nice touches when you check in. And then like even when we went down to breakfast the second day, they remembered our name. We had to do some laundry service. We've been traveling, so we do some of that. And they're just so nice. Like even we went out, our room wasn't ready when we first got here. So we went out to the Grove when we first got here, which I'll talk about in a second. But when we came back, I was like, oh yeah, can we pick up our luggage? And they're like, it's already in your room. So it's like those little touches. Other things to know about La Pierre Hotel, they do have a gym, they have a pool, they have a great bar. The restaurant here is amazing. But my favorite is this comfortable bed. So I wear an Aura ring to track my sleep and track my steps and do all the stuff so I can be more health conscious. And I really, in the past year, have focused on getting better quality sleep. You guys, when I tell you I got like for sleep, that's really good for me. I normally top out at 85 and I don't get that every night. So to be somewhere that I'm not familiar with in a new place, this bed is so good. It's cozy. The linens are great. You know, I don't know what the thread count is, but it's fab. And the pillows, 4 pillows, all to myself in the bed were fantastic. And it's quiet. We had to stay one night at another hotel because this one wasn't available, and it was right on like Beverly Hills Drive there, and it was so loud and I hated it. So when we got here, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually going to get a good night's sleep, which is amazing. So that's a little bit about the hotel. We love it. Again, staff knows your name. It's fantastic. They have just a good set of amenities, and locations fantastic, safe, all the things. Now, I want to talk a little bit about some fun things to do right here in the West Hollywood area. we love to go to the farmer's market. So we headed to the Grove. And first of all, whether you're driving, have a driver, or you're Ubering or whatever, start at the Grove, walk around the Grove, and then meander down to the farmer's market. The farmer's market is such a vibe. You can get fresh fruit, you can get fresh bread, you can have lunch there. It's all kinds of fun stuff. We got a couple goodies that we got. We went to the Nut and Candy Co. So Bella and I love malted chocolate balls. So what you can see, these are already open. So we already dug into those. The other thing that we got, and I like to say my toxic trait is I buy popcorn all the time and I don't always eat it. It just sounds so good at the time. So this one is a honey pistachio crunch, and they have probably like 20, 30 different flavors of popcorn. But this looks so good. So I'm sure we'll try it. I'm going to see if Bella wants to do a movie night tonight. We'll probably try that out. But farmer's market is so fun. I remember we used to bring our kids there when they were super little, and we would always just have lunch and we would walk around, and the people are so chill, and it's just a really nice California vibe. Now, my daughter really wanted to go to Erewhon for lunch. That's like her favorite place in LA. If you haven't heard of Erewhon, it's this spot that has like really amazing smoothies and like a grocery store and flowers, and it's just like a ready to eat kind of food. I don't know how to like explain it except for like it's just its own thing, right? And when Bella first told me about it, I was like, okay, I don't want to spend $20 for a smoothie. That seems like a ridiculous. She's like, Mom, you know we have to go. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. So we go, and she's like, I'm going to buy you the smoothie because we refuse to spend 20 bucks on a smoothie. And she's like, nope, let's do it. So we got like their top selling smoothie. You guys, it was so good. I would so go back and spend $20 on that smoothie again. If you're in the Los Angeles area, definitely go to Erewhon. So we had smoothies, and then we also shared, they have some kind of like hot meals that start at like 11. And so we just shared like a little plate of like some of their different things. I had like a peach and arugula salad. Bella had like their mac and cheese. And then, they had like turmeric baked chicken nuggets, which were kind of cool too. And then the grocery store, they have a ton of like healthy options, healthy food. So if you're staying in the area and you want to kind of get a couple grocery bags of really healthy food, Erewhon would be a great spot to do that. Everything there was delicious. And you guys, you know I love my flowers. You know, every Sunday on my Instagram, I'm always at Trader Joe's and making my own flower arrangements at home. Well, Erewhon had beautiful, ready-to-go flower arrangements. If I lived locally, I would totally just go there and probably grab a bouquet. They were gorgeous. So I took a moment, of course, and was like scoping out the flowers, which was amazing. So that was a ton of fun. So that was kind of day one. And then I've been working here in the hotel a lot while Bella's at the studio doing all of her work and doing all the fun stuff. But today I had kind of an afternoon off, and I was like, you know where I haven't been in years? Rodeo Drive. I'm like, let me just go down. I'm not going to buy anything. You know, famous last words, right? Not going to buy anything. I'm going to go to Rodeo Drive and just walk around, and they have all my favorite stores: Chanel, Hermes, Dior, Ferragamo, like all the places that I love to check out. I called our driver and I was like, hey, I want to hop over to, Rodeo Drive and let's do some shopping. So I did. So I went to Chanel. I didn't have an appointment. It was about a 20-minute wait, so that was kind of a bummer. I went to Chanel, and they're kind of like between seasons right now. And so I was like, there just wasn't a ton of new stuff. In fact, I felt like for such a huge store, they didn't have a ton of colors, but walked around. I saw some cute stuff. I didn't buy anything, but it was fun. It was fun to go. And then we walked down. I went to Dior, which we will do our unboxing here in a second. Went to Ferragamo, and just kind of in and out of a lot of the different stores. It was really fun to just kind of walk Rodeo Drive, get some exercise. Another thing that I did, and a tip that I'll give you if you're on Rodeo Drive shopping, a nice little spot to catch lunch is this place called The Hideaway. Kind of over by Cartier, there is a little pink sign that just says cafe, and it points you inward. Follow that little sign, go down one level, and then you'll find The Hideaway. It's such a cute little spot. I got a typical, I won't say typical. I got a luxury little salad, like typical California, right? And I had this cute little booth. It was inside, so it was out of the heat of the sun, but it had a view into the courtyard, which was gorgeous. So I had a lovely salad for lunch there, but highly recommend that for lunch spots. There's not a ton of places to eat on that kind of main area on Rodeo Drive. But let's do this unboxing really quick. So you're gonna have to forgive me. I may have to put some of the other footage in, because I already opened it when I filmed the video earlier, right? But you guys, I got this super cute, beautiful scarf. It is all cashmere. And when I tell you, this thing is huge, it's so cute. Hang on, let me put it here in a second. I'm working with one hand. I'm gonna put a clip of a video in here so you guys can see how large this guy is across the queen size bed. But the reason I love this, besides these colors being totally my vibe, and if you guys are used to seeing me in my office at home, you know that like this tealy kind of color is so me. But I love that it has these little, it has these little astrological signs on it, which is so cool. So how I'm gonna style this, and I'll put in some footage here because I'm a Scorpio and one of the corners is the Scorpio. I'm gonna put that kind of right here, style it up, and it's gonna be so cute. So, and I love this Dior one because it's so like light. It's cashmere, but it's light and it has all of my favorite like colors in it. It has the butterflies and all of like the florals, and I'm just obsessed. So that was my little treat today. And I just had a fantastic time just kind of doing all the things over on Rodeo Drive. So that's where we are so far on our California trip. I'll probably be coming back to you at the office next time that you see me. But if you have any questions about Los Angeles or tips and things like that, feel free to let us know in the comments down below, and I hope you guys loved today's video. I have to get my daughter some dinner because I know she's going to be hungry after working in the studio all day. So I hope you guys had a good time, and remember, true wealth is health, joy, and happiness. Everything else is just sparkle, but we do love a sparkle. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Suitcase packed, world on my side, luxury, live, enjoy is my guide.